colonialism, settler colonialism, is not just about colonizing the land. Most importantly, it's about colonizing the land. But in the process, it always tries, to colonize the minds as well. They try to colonize our minds with despair, telling us, you have no hope. Our enemies are so immensely powerful. Israel's regime, 76-year-old regime of settler colonialism and apartheid, is supported by the colonial West, the entire colonial West. They're jumping to the rescue of the system of apartheid because it's part of the family, 500-year-old family of colonialism, of Western subjugation of the rest of the world and domination, which has included slavery, which has included genocide across the world. So Israel's genocide belongs to that family of Western colonial genocides. It is the world's first televised genocide, yet it belongs to the same family, and they want to defend it. Naomi Klein wrote in a recent article, they're also jumping to defend Israel's regime of oppression against Palestinians because they see the collapse of that ultra-securitized system as a collapse of their own systems of subjugation of the rest. This fortress Europe, fortress US, trying to keep away migrants, trying to keep people of color, black people suppressed. That system would collapse if Israel's system collapses. That's why they don't want apartheid to end in Palestine. But we must continue that struggle. I want to say a few words about the University of Amsterdam, because as we heard from the speakers before, their argument is that the university is not political. It's an education institution. Fine, forget hypocrisy. Forget everything else. Let's just focus on do no harm. If the university does not want to take a political position, let's keep that on the shelf for later. But what we demand now is do no harm at the very least. The university is complicit in genocide, in apartheid. Ending complicity is not a charitable act. It's not a political act. It's a legal obligation. It's an ethical obligation. It's a legal obligation. It's a legal obligation because international law says, the Genocide Convention says, the moment you recognize the risk of genocide, states must act to end their complicity and to prevent genocide. This applies to the Dutch state, and this applies to all Dutch public institutions. Once the ICJ, the International Court of Justice, tens of kilometers away, ruled that Israel is committing plausible genocide in Gaza, that is sufficient to trigger the legal responsibility, forget ethics, the legal responsibility of states to act to end their complicity. The Dutch state is complicit in genocide, and Dutch public institutions are complicit in genocide and apartheid. We're asking them to end that complicity. That is not asking for charity, it's asking for basic moral decency.